Bring on board Atul Lall, the MD at Dixon Technologies, joining in on the show. Atul, hi, good afternoon. Good to have you on the show. My colleague was just highlighting all the points that are working in favor of Dixon, but the government's latest measures, Atul, which are aimed at boosting consumer spending. Let's pick up on that first. Do you see this having a material impact on the consumption demand for phones and TVs as such?
I feel it's definitely a very significant initiative. Any extra disposable money and with a guideline that it has to be spent on the goods having a GST of 12% plus is going to have a positive impact on our sector, particularly when it's around the festive time. So in any case, I'm seeing a demand recovery. So I think it's a very, very significant positive. That's what I feel.
Two schemes, Atul, to boost the spending power of working Indians, especially the central government employees, were announced. How do you see them actually translate into higher demand? Do you materially see a bump up coming in your volumes and sales going forward?
Well, from the historical experiences, we have seen that whenever the areas have been cleared for the government employees, it has led to a significant positive for the consumer durable industry. And in this particular initiative, it is all the more direct cash being handed over to the government employees with a guideline that it has to be spent. So I see no reason for it to have an uptick on the demand side. In Dixon's case, even otherwise, order book is extremely healthy. And across all our verticals, namely televisions or lighting or mobile phones or washing machines, we are running at 100% plus capacity. So I think we are on a sweet spot. So it's a healthy sign, yeah.
Sure. Also wanted to understand, you're expecting 40% revenues, Atul, from mobiles in the next couple of years. What is the capex plan that you've chalked out for yourself? And now, will mobile be the main focus of the company going forward?
So we are fortunate to get the PLI approval. We are one of the 5 domestic companies which has been given the approval by the government under PLI scheme for mobile phones. We get into the execution mode right away. We target starting production in Q4 of this fiscal. As per the stipulated guidelines of the Government of India, we have to make capital expenditure of 50 crores a year for next 4 years. So that's 200 crores. We're committed to make that capex. Dixon's balance sheet is strong, so it's going to be done through internal accruals itself. I don't see Dixon raising funds either through debt or through equity for funding this. So we are targeting a revenue in the next fiscal out of mobile itself of 4,000 crore plus. So a very significant portion. So I think almost 40% of our revenues of the company would come from mobile. And that's the way it's going to be. So mobile would emerge as an important vertical. However, please appreciate the core of Dixon is electronics. So anything touching with semiconductors, silicon, passives, polymers, thermal management, optics, we take a look at it very seriously. We take a plunge and then we push and try to make a bigger scale out of it. So we're into LED televisions. We're one of the largest manufacturers in it.
Is she back? You've recently, Atul, also diversified into the set-top box segment. What are the new opportunities when it comes to this vertical in particular at a time when just everyone's rushing for OTT? And what is the kind of growth that you're expecting in this particular segment?
So this is an extremely important new vertical for us, particularly with the policy guidelines of the Government of India, that all the electronic products, including the set-top boxes used and sold in India, should be manufactured in India. And we being one of the largest EMS players, so we have large tie-ups now with Jio for their cable set-top boxes and also for their fiber optic hybrid set-top boxes. And we're also a large supplier to other DTH players. So this is going to be a very important vertical for us. I think in a year or so time, this itself is going to generate a revenue of almost 1,000 crores for Dixon.
Right. Just wanted some clarification. 5% import duty on concession now when it comes to open cell panels ended in the month of September, Atul. Open cell panels contribute nearly 60% of the television cost. Could we then expect that television prices as such would actually go up?
Yeah, so I feel that, the duty has been increased from 0% to 5% on open cell. So that definitely would have an impact. And all the more because globally the open cell prices have risen very steeply. So I feel that there can be a price increase. Now, we are not into the market ourselves. We are basically subservient to the brand owners. So it's the brand owners' call whether to increase the price or not. But definitely the cost is going up.